there and like, dude, when I was living in that house, I was sleeping on the floor for the first like 2 weeks. I didn't have a bed yet or anything.
Toilet paper?
No, I had a pillow, luckily.
Okay.
But I had
Wait,
no.
so you use your pillow to?
No.
I
thought you asked when I was sleeping with toilet.
No. Welcome to episode number 13 of Highly Productive, a show in which we talk to successful individuals who consume cannabis on a daily basis and are still able to get shit done. My man Goblin in the building. You came into my atmosphere of internet personalities. You know how people enter. Right after we started to jump into this thing, right? Like I knew the strategy that I wanted to go into Pine Park.
Yep.
And I needed to know who the who's of the content creator side of this thing were. You play video games also, right?
A lot. Yep.
Did you ever hear about Optic before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I remember
cool.
back in the BO2 days and stuff.
Oh
watching,
shit.
Like Scump and Nate Shot and all them players.
Those are my boys. Happy birthday, Nate Shot.
It's his birthday.
Today's his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. He used to smoke. Back at the Scuff House. I'm sorry, back at the Optic House. So like 2014, 2015, and then he just quit. Everyone did, except like they used to have. I'm gonna tell a story. Actually, I think it'd be a good idea if we include the video from there, but I have to go into the archive, so maybe it won't be a part of this thing.
Okay. But
we had a basement, and in the basement we had a bong. I don't remember the name of the bong, but the bong was Proofies. Mm-hmm. But Embo's, Big Timer, Nate Shot, like that was their realm.
Oh, hell yeah.
And at the time, I wasn't smoking that much because I didn't know, if I had to get a job at some point to help support the business.
Yep.
So I was very, very selective as to when I would smoke, et cetera, et cetera. If things were going well, I would fucking smoke. If things were,
it's a reward.
Yeah.
It's a celebration.
But yeah, they did the right thing. We had the swatting. Obviously, you're very familiar with swatting and gaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got swatted one night after Nate Shot had completely put all of our weed away. And usually they're fucking young 20-year-olds.
Yep.
So the weed is just like out there, just like being left out there.
Just chilling.
Your choice, which one's which? Left side is? Okay.
Ooh,
there you go.
Okay. Biscotti and what's this one again? Oh, okay. Let's try the Biscotti. Okay, I see that.
Yes, brother. Here you go. That's all you. I rolled this right before, and I just rolled it from pre-ground stuff, and I usually like to leave bigger buds. Otherwise, it's like incredibly difficult to pull from. So I'm gonna touch it.
Give it that little back rub.
Yeah. So one day we were doing a 24-hour live stream for some fucking movie or something. And it was Nate Shot, J-Cap. J-Cap never smoked. J-Cap. And somebody else, and then that's when like we got swatted. But had Nate Shot not put away the weed, like we would have been in fucking trouble.
You would have been screwed because that was back like 2014, 15. Yeah, they get you for that back then. I remember when watching when White Boy 7th Street got swatted and they found a bunch of weed at his place. Yeah. I was always scared of that, making the kind of stuff I do. I was like, dude, someone swats me, they're gonna find a lot more than weed.
Yeah.
But luckily that never happened to me. I got a lot of pizzas though.
Oh, you pizza sent to you?
Well, I mean, there was a period like a couple of years ago where kids would just come in my stream chat and like drop my address. So there was a period where every time I would go live, someone would order me a pizza.
Yeah.
Like every time for like 2 months straight. So after a while, at first they were doing it to my mom's house because like they thought that I still lived there because I hadn't updated my address on like my ID yet. But then they got my new like personal address and then they started sending shit there. But luckily, I've never been swatted. I avoided that. Thank God.
I think it's gotten a lot. That's a thing in the past now that.
Well, I think police understand it now.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, that and obviously the fatality that just happened.
Yeah,
right?
where that guy got shot.
Over $1.50.
Yep, that was a wager, wasn't it?
It was a wager. Yep. A $3 wager.
That's insanity.
$1.50. The dude went to the wrong address or gave the wrong address, and sure enough, that dude and there's a documentary on it on Netflix about it.
Really?
Yeah, it's they show the guy, confused young dude. I don't want to make any excuses because of the fatality that happened because of him. But it goes to show that without guidance, proper guidance, growing up, like it's everyone's job to also be kind to people. This dude got fucking bullied and shit. Like it leads to stuff. So it's not just one thing. It's like compounding things. And anyway, long story short, dude's got 25 years in jail, well deserved. Somebody died. I think it should be longer.
Yeah, I mean, you murdered someone pretty much. You know,
fucking insane, bro.
You murdered someone. So 25 is fair, honestly, for that.
Yeah, if you look at it, you see the whole chain of events as it happens, and Keemstar's interview with him, and just like the whole fucking situation was just so avoidable. Yeah, and some of the names that he would use was like Tyler Haig, so he would use Nate's last name in a lot of the in a lot of the reports. Anyway, let's move on from that fucking disgusting thing. But where I was going with that is that cops understand it now, especially when you give them a warning. Like the first thing when we moved to Plano, Frisco, that area. Yeah, I went to the cops. I'm like, hey, this is my organization. We've been swatted before. It's important for me to let you guys know. Here are several numbers that you can call to verify that everybody is okay. Okay. Here, like I did every single step. And Frisco was very, very understanding of it. That actually works? Like they'll actually like... Oh, yeah. Really? It worked definitely at the Scuff House. I'm sorry, at the Optic House. Okay. At the Scuff House, we never got swatted. At the Optic House, we were getting swatted a lot. And, what starts out as pranks led to someone dying. So where I was going is that people are a little bit more like, fuck that. Like, because you will get caught. When it gets to the point... Oh, for sure. Yeah, you will get caught. And you will. My fear was always like, that, obviously somebody getting murdered, but if it happened to me, like I have 8 dogs. Those are my sons, right? So one of them is fucking mega big and scary, but it's the sweetest boy. And those cops get trigger happy with those those dogs, dude. Like they don't play with that shit. The guy that killed the cop that fired off that shot was trigger happy. Yeah. Yeah. And he downed the guy, killed him. It's just part of their training, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. It's more training needed. Definitely. So tell me a little bit about you. Grew up in Illinois your whole life? Grew up in Illinois. Grew up playing a whole lot of video games. How old are you? 23. 23. Grew up playing a whole lot of video games. Never really left Illinois. Kind of lived there since I was born. But I mean, when I was young, I just hung out, played a lot of video games. Didn't really start. Aurora? Yeah. Around Aurora, little suburb action. Been there many times. Dude, I mean, it's a nice spot because in Aurora, you're close enough to Chicago where you could still get up there and do shit. But then Aurora, you still get a lot of the benefits of Chicago, like the food, you get a lot of the restaurants out there. You get, a little more chill vibe than Chicago. Yeah. So I like it out there, but. You were saying, talking to food, I'm reading here that you think that Portillo's is not the spot for hot dogs? It's good, but there's better spots for hot dogs. Like? Donald's. Never been. Donald's. Where's Donald's? So there's a few of them now, but when I used to go, I think there's only 2 locations, and they're both in like very sketchy areas. Yeah. But that's how you know it's going to be good. Yeah. And there was like, whenever you drive up from Aurora to Chicago, you'd pass one of the Donald's right off the exit on the highway. Mm-hmm. So me and my friends, we used to hop in the car, go load up and go to Donald's, and they'd serve these 12 packs of hot dogs that they'd serve. They'd put them in like, those little like, almost like those foldable cardboard like drink holders and stuff. Yep. So they'd serve them in those, and we get like 2 12 packs and like a bunch of drinks and just go max out on them. And like, I don't think I've ever in my life had a better hot dog. Like I've had people tell me like, oh, Portillo's is on top. Oh, go here, go there. Nah, dude. Yeah. Donald's is it. I think the reason... You just like got to avoid getting shot. Yeah. Wiener Circle, you've been there, obviously, where they swear at you and they talk mad shit to you. I've heard of it. I've never been, though. It's pretty good. They char the fuck out of them, which is why I like them. I like that. I appreciate that. I don't know if it's a Mexican thing or what, but I like charred everything. I like the crunch. My tortillas, like they'll never come out of a fucking microwave. Yep. No. It's open flame. You can't microwave a tortilla. No, people do though. Yeah, I know, and that's fucked, but you can't do that. It makes it like... Do you microwave? Almost like a little soggy, have you know? Yeah, have you? Yeah, see? Oh, that's sickening. Come on. Yeah. It's time to stop, dude, for real. American-born Mexican, man. That's what happens. So you can go back to your roots. It's fine. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Wiener Circle, and the reason that I like Portillo's is because I've developed the perfect chili cheese dog for me. Their chili is on point. Yeah. Their chili is on point. Man, sports peppers and jardinera is the way they eat them with a line of mustard, which is super underrated. I'm not a mustard guy. Have you tried it on a chili cheese dog? No. I have to admit I've never tried that. Yellow mustard or just
Just yellow mustard I don't like. I like Dijon and all that other
yeah.
stuff, but like yellow mustard, it almost tastes like a chemical to me. It's like, bro, this shit tastes like it came out of a lab, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's got a very strange flavor, and I feel like it doesn't like work with very much for me, you know?
Yeah.
But I go to Portillo's for the burgers. That's why I don't get the hot dogs. Dude, they're so
good.
Point.
Underrated.
They're
no one
so
talks about
point.
them because the hot dogs are so good.
Yes, the burgers and the chopped salad.
Never had the chopped salad.
Oh, dude. I'm not a huge salad guy, but like the Portillo's one, they put these little like noodles in it.
Okay.
So it's like it's got the the lettuce.
Oh yeah.
It's got like these little noodles.
What's it called? Bartonelli's.
Yeah. Yes. They've got like bacon in it. They've got this dressing that's like house made and it's super crazy. Portillo's everything is good, honestly.
I like those kind of salads that have the little bit of chopped pepperoni in it.
Yeah.
I like bacon sounds a little bit too American. But the pepperoni one would be, and it's called Bartonelli's. That sounds mega Italian.
That does.
You know what I'm saying?
That sounds authentic.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure it's good. I've had it at like birthday parties where they cater. I've had that salad, but I've never ordered it. If I go there, my order every single time is a jumbo chili cheese dog, no onion, giardiniera on the side, sports peppers on the side, and then I also order the cheeseburger with bacon.
Okay.
Now, it is important that you order it as such. You can't order a bacon cheeseburger because it's different ingredients.
Yes.
So you have to say a cheeseburger with bacon. Shout out to my wife, Judith. She's the one
do they
that
mess
put me
that
on
up
game.
often, though? Like, do they sometimes...
They're like, you want a cheeseburger? No, I mean, by the Portillo's that we went to, which was the one on Barrington in Schaumburg, they understood because we were there like fucking literally every other day.
You're the regulars.
Yeah.
They know you.
Yeah.
You pull up, they're just like, come around.
Yeah, we used to get the beefs for the dogs too. Not the bread, but the beef actually.
Yeah.
Like the dogs would love that shit. Super
Portillo's is it, dude. Even the cake shakes. Oh my God. If I like really feel like sleazing it out, you get the cheeseburger, the cheese fries.
Sorry, that's good. I mean,
oh, it's all good. I don't mind.
Dude,
Smoke doesn't bother me.
The chocolate shake cakes.
It's different. They literally they take a whole slice of cake and blend it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, the cake itself is awesome.
It's insane.
But then when you put it into the shake, it's good. And you know what the secret is to that chocolate shake? To the chocolate cake? Mayo.
Really?
They use mayo instead of eggs.
Like no eggs, just mayo?
No eggs. From what I mean, no one knows the recipe, right?
Yeah. They would never drop that recipe.
But the rumor is that there's mayo involved, and it makes sense because mayo is eggs, right? So whipped eggs and whatever like nutrients are in there just fucking makes it taste incredible.
Set up a little like Pine Park Kitchen episode and try to make that shit,
bro. That is the thing. We were talking about like rating and like going to restaurants and doing that, but I think that a cooking show around cannabis is really good.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Make like an edible cake. I mean, you can make anything with weed. All you need is, you either make butter or oil, and you can do
a
million different recipes.
You're fucking nuts.
Oh.
I'm not joining you on that journey. I was just meant like cooking food. Like if you want to add weed to it.
Oh, no, I'm talking about like making edible versions.
No, I die, bro.
Well, yeah, okay.
I think I would die. I do. That's why
Are you not a big edible guy?
No, I've never had an edible. Which makes me like he's been trying to convince me for the past 4 years.
I'm on his side.
Yeah.
I'm on his side. I think you should try it.
Yeah?
I mean,
what would be like a good, and I think you gave me all the formulas, and I still was just like a big pussy
a good like
about
starter
it.
dose?
Yeah.
20 milligrams.
20 mil.
20 mils.
Now, what like compared to this, like what does it feel like?
It's super different because like it doesn't feel like normally being stoned. It's way more of a body high.
Yeah.
Like right now, smoking this joint, I'm chilling, I'm chatting, but I don't feel very like heavy or anything. I still feel like I got
What's
energy.
a body high?
You just feel super heavy and glued. Like I'd be sitting back in this chair,
just
relaxing,
loving life.
Like I'm laying on a cloud.
Yeah.
You're almost like your thought process is a little slower.
Okay.
I almost feel like I'm lagging.
Okay.
When I'm on edibles, and I don't know. It's a more intense experience, and it definitely lasts longer.
Yeah.
But it's also like it's so easy to do, and it's so chill.
Yeah.
Like if you have a day where you don't have to do shit, you're just sitting around, maybe playing some games or doing whatever.
I'm doing shrooms. If I have a day like that
Dude,
where I have
do it
no
both.
responsibilities,
do them both.
Do both?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big shroom guy too. I mean, for a while I was more into acid, but lately I've been more into shrooms.
Yeah.
But even then, with the shrooms, you always got to take more. Take more edibles, smoke more weed, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it just enhances that experience, especially when you're tripping a little bit.
If I think, well, one, I am gonna try edibles at one point, right? If Pine Park, develops into that stuff. But I I need to take it easy because I'm so afraid of it that I'm afraid that I'm gonna psych myself into just having a bad experience.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
Well, I mean, you've taken a dab a few times now, right?
5 times. I'm
Dude,
not a professional.
If you've taken some dabs and you like them, you're ready for an edible. Because, I mean, the way I look at it, I think that dabs are above edibles. I think it goes weed, edibles, dabs. I think...
You agree? No?
No, I really do. I really do. When you take a fat dab of some top shelf rosin, that will fuck you up immediately. With the edibles, you got time to prepare. You got time to think, you know? You're like, all right, you know, what am I doing? It like slowly hits you. Those dabs, you don't get any time. 5 minutes later, I'm stuck, you know?
Yeah, well, I had one yesterday at 9:30 a.m. What I forgot to tell you is that my 5th dab happened to be at 9:30 in the morning. And it was during a business meeting with some cool-ass people, right? So it's like they're used to it, right? They're Californians. This is probably like a regular thing to them. Where
so this must have been like a weed company meeting or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was just like, all right, well, I'm not going to say no. How rude would I be for that? And I was also already having a shitty day.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I need to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
And sure enough, this thing had,
I bet it worked.
I was looking at everything from over here. You know what I mean? Like I was seeing myself in third person. That's how it felt. Like I didn't feel like I felt like I was in control, but from an outside standpoint.
Yeah.
Really, really good. I'm so intrigued by it now. I was just telling Josefo, I'm like, I'm intrigued, but I also don't want to lose the relationship that I have with this. It's on pure and bad for you as it is.
Yeah. I mean, once you start really getting into dabbing, your tolerance for flower just goes out the window. Like I'm at a point now where, you know, dabs are the only thing that get me where I want to be unless I smoke a dumb amount of flower, like a lot. But if I, you know, just smoke like a couple bowls or, you know, if I just smoke one of these joints, you know, I just ashed on my finger.
Skillful.
I'm probably, yeah. I guess you could call it skillful.
Yeah, dude, you
skillful
caught that.
Accident. I did catch it. Yeah,
you caught it.
It's a good way to look at it.
It was not accidental.
I did catch it.
Yeah.
But once you start smoking those dabs, like you just get this kind of like, almost like smooth, like less intense high off the flower every time, you know? Where it's like, yeah, I'm definitely stoned, but I'm not as high as I used to get.
Yeah.
You know? I'm definitely due for a tea break, but that's not coming anytime soon.
No?
Hell no. I can't do it. I can't.
What? Why? I mean, you're so well practiced.
Like I can for sure. I mean, I was back in 2017, I was on probation for a year. Mm-hmm. So I had to quit. And I remember the day I got off probation. I wasn't actually off yet, but my PO had told me that I was done with like, you know, drug testing. And at first I like kind of didn't believe her, but then also I was like so hyped. I was like, fuck it, I'm smoking. So I called up one of my friends and we rolled up like a 1 gram blunt of some garbage, like, you know, some high school mid.
Some Chi-Town Brown.
Yeah, some absolute trash. And I took 2 hits of it and got probably the highest I've been since like my first time getting stoned.
Awesome.
And ever since then, I've always been like, yeah, I would love to do another tea break, but every time I go to do it, I'm like, nah, just one more dab, you know, like just one more. It's a feeling that like I feel like once you get used to being stoned a lot, it's hard to kind of stop, you know.
Yeah.
And it's also something that like I don't feel it impacts me negatively. I feel I still get my shit done when I'm stoned, so why not, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of getting shit done, what is your current daily schedule looks like?
So it kind of depends. More so around A, sponsorships, and B, streaming. Because when I'm streaming, I don't have like a consistent schedule, but I like to stream. I do it a lot for fun. So I try to find, you know, as much free time as I can to go live on Twitch. Mm-hmm. Just because it's fun to get stoned and like sesh with chat, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good time. But typically my day-to-day, you know, I'll wake up, shoot out some emails. I try to make it a goal to reach out to like one new company every day, you know, find some, whether it's Delta 8 product, whatever it is, try to reach out to someone every day. Make a video, you know, get some gameplay, or if it's a face cam video, you know, film the face cam part. Mm-hmm. I definitely prefer making the gameplay videos though. I think it's like my kind of niche a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't do that shit anymore, you know?
No one.
It's like no one makes these gameplay videos.
It's a dead art.
I know. Like I look around, all these old like commentary YouTubers I used to watch from back in the Call of Duty days and shit, they don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
They don't do it anymore. So I kind of try to do what I can for that little scene. I'll either get my gameplay, do whatever it is, get my video done, and typically a video will take me maybe like 2-3 hours. Because my commentary part, I just sit down and go. I don't really like do cuts or anything. I just kind of get stoned, sit down, and just like don't shut up for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's more so the editing and the gameplay part that takes longer, which is still, I'm just getting stoned and moving clips around, so can't be that bad.
So lately you've been a lot into Valorant, like that's
no, I don't play
Counter-Strike?
Valorant.
Which one was it that's how you guys play?
I play a little Counter-Strike.
Who was it? Yeah, right. Yeah, it's Counter-Strike.
I play a little Counter-Strike. I'm really addicted to opening cases right now.
Okay.
Like very addicted to opening cases. You ever open some cases on CS?
Nah. You know why?
Why?
Because of what happened.
What do you mean?
The scandals that happened.
Oh, like with the sites?
Yeah,
I'm talking about like opening them in the game, not like on those websites.
Yeah, but I mean, opening cases led to you gambling what you wanted. Yeah,
gambling those skins. Yeah, definitely.
It's insane that
I'm guilty of that.
that turned into a $1 billion industry within a year.
No, some of these people made so much money off that shit, and it was like the Wild West because I mean, 90% of these old CS YouTubers were running the sites that they were promoting.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, I mean, I think so. Participants in. I don't know if it was definitely it's like some influencers.
They had a stake in
Phantom Lord for sure.
Yeah, Phantom Lord. There was the whole T Martin thing.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that. I mean, even other influencers, they were still getting incentives beyond just cash payment for it, you know? That was a crazy time.
So crazy, dude.
It's kind of the same thing now.
We almost did it.
Really?
Yeah, it was going to be, but it was going to be called Optic Skins.
Yeah.
Like we weren't going to hide the fact that...
I mean, it's different when you're upfront about it, I like, if you're honest and you say, hey, this is
and
our
we wouldn't have done the dialing of the
fucking with the...
That's out of order. I can't get behind that.
You could still make money without doing that. Yeah. Plenty of money. I mean, there's... that market is definitely still around. It's just shifted to sites like Stake and Roobet now, which I'm also a user of.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. I don't go on too much. But
what's the most you've ever put on the line?
I don't gamble that much. Like on Stake, like $500. Okay, the most I've ever.
Yeah,
put
so
on.
reasonable.
Yeah, I don't get super insane, and that was more than I normally. I'll put like $200, $300. Go spin some slots. Or, do Crash or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we almost did. I mean, it's still to this day, right? And this is like the same community that sort of down talks like NFTs and all that shit. But still,
I'm an NFT guy.
Yeah,
I like NFTs.
Still today, you're able to go buy an Optic sticker from Counter-Strike from when we competed, and they're worth more than when they originally dropped, right? Because it's just going to continue to
the CS
to
skin
grow.
market is crazy right now, man. It's crazy right now.
12,000 for a Dragon Lore op.
Yeah.
$12,000, which is like,
and
so
that's not even
reasonable.
Souvenir. That's just factory new.
Yeah.
That's like the Souvenir one is like, I don't even know how much money now. I'm pretty sure it's like over 100,000.
Really?
Yeah.
And
I might be wrong. Yeah. But someone out there watching, correct us.
Yeah, please put it in the comments.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, we could have done the research in the background.
We could have.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah. So tell me, how did you get started in content creation for cannabis and gaming and all your journey?
I was like 11 or 12 years old, and I was watching, a lot of Call of Duty YouTubers. I was watching, Optic play competitive. I was watching, FaZe Clan and all that. I was watching like these other commentary YouTubers from way back in the day, like White Boy 7th Street and all those guys.
Hutch?
Hutch. Links of Redemption, that guy's trip.
Yeah.
But back in the day, those were the dudes. You know, those were the big Call of Duty figures. One year for Christmas, I had an Xbox 360, and I asked my mom for an HD PVR. The OG capture card, man. The first 720p capture card on the market.
Yeah.
And that was a game changer back then. So I asked my mom for that for Christmas, and she didn't know. She thought I was asking for like a DVD player. She didn't know what the hell that thing was. So I was trying to explain it. We're getting there,
bro. Your lungs are gonna be so strong after this.
Yeah, I know. There's a real workout. For me.
Good exercise.
But so I asked for a PVR and I got it. That Christmas, so I started uploading just like the stupidest shit. Me and my friends, we made a clan.
What's the name of it?
Yeah, it was called DCM.
Okay, which what does that stand
Decimate.
For? Oh, okay.
My friend came up with it at the lunch table, and we went home and made the YouTube channel for it, and we would upload these just like gameplays of us going like 10-3 in search.
Yeah,
like a pretty good score, but like a normal ass game at the end of the day, and we just like. We'd upload them with no audio at first, but then we were like, yo, we got to talk over this shit.
Yeah.
So then a couple months later, I got a mic. And then it was like a headset. I went to Best Buy and I asked my mom to get me this like little, it was like a Turtle Beach or something. Then I started talking over the videos. I was like, yo, and I picked the name Goblin because it was already my name on RuneScape. Because I used to play hella RuneScape when I was a kid, still do. So I picked the name Goblin because I was like, well, I already got that name. I started talking over the videos, and then eventually, when we got into high school, the clan kind of disbanded. But
it's still rough, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, let's roll a fresh one, or give me. I'll roll it for him.
Well, we do have like 5 more joints.
You know what? Put that one on and try. Let's try.
Well,
how many?
It's not bad. It's hitting now. Like I can smoke it. It's a bit of a pull, but I mean,
exercising.
I'm working on it.
You were saying RuneScape. Did you ever get into Minecraft?
Yeah.
Does Eric play Minecraft?
I don't know. I've never played it.
Bro, this is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna set up a server.
Okay.
It's gonna be a Lonely Island. Have you ever played Lonely Island?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna play Lonely Island.
Okay.
And what it is essentially you're stranded on an island, and you'll spawn in like 2 cow, 2 chicken, 2 pigs, but you can't kill them. Or the strategy will be bad for you to kill them because you need the leather.
Yeah, you need.
So you need to breed them, right? So it'll be that, and then essentially what we got to do is we got to beat the game from that island.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever beat the game?
Minecraft? Yeah. I've killed the end dragon.
Never.
I've only done it like twice.
I've never. I never really.
It's fun, dude. You should.
No.
It's like
one of my favorite games of all the time. I don't want to do it because I don't ever want to beat it. The same way that I've never defeated the Ocarina of Time from Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
Same reason. I don't want to know how it ends.
I played a lot of that when I was a kid. Ocarina of Time's the best one.
Yeah, it's like forcing yourself not to watch the last season of Game of Thrones. And look at the favor you did yourself.
See, I never got into Game of Thrones. Oh. Everyone used to tell me to really.
Do you watch shows?
Yeah.
What's your favorite show of all time?
Ooh, that's a really tough one. Sopranos is up there.
It's a good one.
Sopranos is definitely up there. I really enjoyed. I would say Ozark, but the last season wasn't that great.
I haven't gotten there. So
I won't say much about it. Don't worry about it.
Just give me the little mini joint that I rolled on the tray.
There was some show I used to watch on Netflix that I really liked. It was kind of corny.
Which one?
The Blacklist.
Oh no, that was good.
It was good, but it was like towards the end, it got kind of like a little corny.
I didn't finish it either.
No, I really enjoyed the Blacklist. I'd say those are probably my top 3 though.
Okay,
that's probably my top 3 draft.
So you've never seen Deadwood?
Nope.
On HBO. You've never seen How to Make It in America on HBO?
Nope.
Rome on HBO?
Nope.
Rome is a period piece on Rome.
I've seen trailers for it.
Yeah, so it's one of my favorite shows. The politics in it are fucking just beautifully crafted. It's really, really good.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to the Lonely Island. So it's the island. You spawn it in. You try to survive there. And more often than not, what you die from is not the skeletons or the spiders. It's hunger.
Yeah.
So you gotta be able to if you gotta pick your battles. Anyway, we should play.
I'm down, dude. Those challenge maps are always fun as hell. They're always so dope. I played a lot of the Skyblock ones and stuff. So kind of same concept.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Well, that's way tougher. Right?
Yeah.
Because of where you're at. But yeah. All right. Awesome. Any Call of Duty? Warzone?
I don't really play much anymore, but I'm hyped for MW2.
Okay.
I hope it's good because I really liked MW19.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people didn't like it, but looking back on it, I think it was fire.
Yeah. So you haven't played this new Warzone?
No. I mean, good. I kind of stopped playing COD.
I know people are gonna hate the fact that I fucking said it's really good because a lot there's like
dude. All I see all my old like Call of Duty YouTuber friends and stuff talk about on Twitter is how much they hate Warzone right now and shit.
Yeah, right. Right now apparently is shit, but I'm only playing Fortune's Keep, which is like a King's Landing looking map. That's the one that I rolled, right? Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Man. All right. So anyway, so you were saying how you got started and your journey.
So I was making I used to play a lot of COD, and I started making after my clan kind of stopped playing together. I made my own channel and I started making like tips and tricks videos. I did this series called I remember doing it. It was called like fucking Kill Streak Review, and I would like review BO2 kill streaks. Be like, yo, this shit's fucking garbage, bro. Like 2 out of 5.
Yeah. That's good.
And I got like a couple views from that, and I got a deal with a network back then because
Do you remember the name of the network?
It was some really small network, like Accusa, I think. Really small, like not a big network at all. Nothing like, full screen or machinima or anything. But that was back, dude. Oh, I forgot about those days. The MCN days where you had to get signed to get ad revenue. That was crazy. But no, I signed to a network that took like 40% of my like $2 a month. And I finally got ads, and I was making those videos for a while, and then probably another year.
Fuck that MCN.
Yeah. Well, they're not an MCN anymore.
Yeah, fuck
Thank
them.
God. MCNs barely exist nowadays. I mean, they've morphed into like marketing agencies now. But yeah, fuck them. They sucked. And after a couple years, I was running out of ideas for videos because I was at a point where I was uploading every other day and like sometimes every day.
Yeah.
Because I would just get home from school and just fucking play COD. It's all I did. So I would sit there and I'd be like, I don't know what the hell to do for a video. Like, I don't know what to talk about. And I had just gotten into, smoking and drinking a little bit with some of my high school friends. And I was like, what if I talked about, my first time getting stoned, like my first time getting drunk? What if I talked about that for a video? Because I just didn't know what to do. So I uploaded a video talking about getting high. And I told the story of like, it was like my second time smoking weed and my first time like truly getting stoned. And it was a pretty good one, but I was terrible at what I was doing back then. I'd never made a story video before. And I posted that, and it got like more views than all my other videos in like the first week. So I was like, yo, I got to do this. Back then, that was like 300 views, but still, that was a huge deal to me. I was like, fuck, I got to do this shit, So I started telling more story videos because it worked out pretty well where I started making that type of videos at the time of my life where I started doing a lot more of the kind of mischievous stuff. And a lot of the drugs that I got into when I was younger. So, as time progressed, I was kind of telling these stories for a while alongside when I was doing them. So it was funny because some of my viewers, they go to my old videos and they can hear that I was like really clearly fucked up, like making the video. So like I'd either be like really geeked up on Adderall or I'd be like super drunk or something. Or I'd be fucked up on, whatever else it was. And my old videos, I go back and I watch them sometimes, and it's just so funny to me because they're like 8 minutes long. And I'm telling a story where like, if I went back and told it today, it would be like a 20-minute video. But I was so geeked out of my mind and talking so fast that this was like an 8-minute video, start to finish, with a, like a plug for my merch and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
So super developed, right? Like from the beginning, you just went all out because I feel creators like take some steps into like they won't release merch until they put these.
So I did a little like trial of merch. I didn't have like a full merch site like I do now, but I found some shitty kind of like a Teespring like website where you can just like throw a design on and get it made on demand. So I would like shout that out. I think I sold like 2 shirts, I mean, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I was trying all the different avenues of like trying to grow, and the stories were the first thing that really kind of worked for me. But I didn't really get into the weed scene and doing this type of stuff until probably the past couple of years. Because for a while, I mean, I was a pretty hardcore drug addict. Like nowadays, I take a little bit of shrooms. I smoke my weed. That's really all I do. But I mean, back in the day, I'd do like coke every day. I'd do ketamine every other day. I'd be popping Xanax.
Dude, you Aurora motherfuckers got down, huh?
There's nothing to fucking do but either go to Chicago or go to an AMC movie theater.
Yeah.
But first off, who wants to go to the movie sober? And second, I mean, like for real though. And second off, like we were kids. We didn't have the kind of money to drive to Chicago. And even like, for a long time.
But you had coke money?
Well, you throw together with the homies, you can make it happen, I mean, it's amazing the things that you will do to make money when it's for drugs.
Yeah.
Like looking back at it, for a while, I made more money just like hustling to get drugs than I did off YouTube for a while.
Like what? Tell me some of those hustles.
Well, I mean, I would go to, so one of my strats is I would try to go steal games from like Walmart or not Best Buy because they'll get your ass, or Target. Never go to Target, but I would go to Walmart, and this is when I was like 17, so I was still a minor, and I wouldn't get, in trouble for this, but I would go to Walmart and take those plastic tote bins you can buy. I'd open the lid, and I'd go to the clearance game section and just throw a fuckload of PlayStation games in and just walk out with it. I would buy the tote. I would close the tote, and the barcode would be on the outside, so I'd buy the tote, and I'd just leave.
Yeah.
And since there were all the clearance games, they don't have those cases or the alarms or anything, but they were like they were like $10 video games, but I had like 50 of them, So it worked a couple times because I would go at like really weird times of day, and nowadays Walmart security's so good, hell fucking no, but back in like 2016.
This is not financial advice.
Yeah, no, never. Don't do this now. Listen, stealing now is not smart because all these stores have such insane technology and asset protection, it's not worth it anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, I luckily was, still stealing in an era where it was just 2 asset protection guys and some cameras, So it was
maybe there were cameras because they were just like the little ball.
They put up a lot of fake ones.
Yeah.
Just to like intimidate you, scare you, deter you. But I would go to GameStop and sell these games for like, $200, $300, and go buy, a couple ounces of some mid with it. So, or, I'd buy some Coke or I'd buy, whatever it was. And then I'd just sell half of whatever I bought to try to break even.
Got it.
So that's, for Coke especially, that's how I did it for a while. I would buy like a, quarter ounce or a half ounce at a time. Then I'd sell, an 8-ball or 2 and,
Pays
for
for
the rest
itself.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for a while, it was like I didn't really take my content creation as seriously because I took getting fucked up more seriously. And probably about like 2 years ago is when I started being like, all right, let's really make some videos. Because I got I was still living with my parents a couple years ago. I moved out when I was 20.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was like 19, 20, I was still fucking around a lot. And I got kicked out of my mom's house. I got a DUI. I was fucked up. I crashed into a tree. Not going fast. I was at like 10 miles an hour.
I mean, you made it.
Yeah. I'm sure no injuries. I didn't even go to the hospital. They just took my dumb ass to jail. But I got out, and my mom came home, and she was like, "Yeah, you got 7 days." So I packed up all my shit, and I was like, "All right, well, I don't have a job. I just got a DUI.
Yeah.
My record is already not fantastic. YouTube's really it." So I moved out of my house. I moved into my own. I split a 2-bedroom house with 2 other roommates. And it was in a really shitty area in Southern Illinois. I was in Springfield, all the way down there for a long time, and I lived down there in this shitty little house that was $650 a month, and there was like no heat, no AC. The gas didn't work, so there was no stove. It was like a super scuffed house, but I was living down there. And
you were living in a crack den.
Yeah, I was living in a little crack house. I made a series talking about the shit I did in that house, and I called it the Trap House Tales.
Yeah.
And it just talked about like all the ridiculous shit I did in there. But while I was living down there, I was like, yo, I really gotta like figure out this YouTube shit because like I'm kind of screwed. And my other 2 roommates bailed on me, so I was like in that house alone paying the rent, and I was like, bro, I barely even make $1,000 a month off YouTube right now. My videos are all getting demonetized. I don't stream that much. I don't have merch right now, So at that point, I was like, I had gotten this idea. I was like, yo, I'm going to start streaming. We're going to do drunk streams. This is how I'm going to pay my rent. So I would get fucked up and I'd be like, yo, you guys don't know? I spin the wheel. And I had this wheel with a bunch of options on it, like fucking smoke a cigarette, like chain smoke cigarettes, or like, like take a shot, or like, some dumb shit too, like some filler options. And that's like how I would pay my rent for the first, like, like probably like 3-4 months of living on my own after I moved out.
Dude, what would have been good to, like, if I was doing that, the one thing, and it just came to me, the one thing that I would have added in there is a bite of a sandwich, and you have the sandwich there the whole time, and you tell them, it's like, hey, I haven't eaten anything all day. It's like, I'm hoping that by the time that one of you donates something and the roll happens, that I get to eat. So for the rest of the time, everyone's gonna want you to eat, so they're just gonna keep fucking seeing if you do, just to see that disappointment when you don't get that sandwich. You know what I mean?
Like, fuck.
Yeah, like they all want you to fucking do that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I kind of, I guess, owe it all to Call of Duty, because I mean, that's if I never got into COD YouTubing, I would never be doing story videos, So shout out MW2 in those days, I guess. Shout out
MW2. The new one's coming out, MW2 Part 2.
I really
for 2022.
Hope it's good, man.
So do I.
They better not. They can't tarnish the name. They can't.
Well, it's Modern Warfare 2 Part 2.
Yeah, but they're calling it
in
MW2.
22.
They know how they're marketing it.
Yeah, yeah.
No, they're gassing it up.
They know for the culture. They're like for the culture.
Listen, if it's got MW 2019 like movement and engine, but with OG MW2 maps,
okay,
we're in business.
They're not gonna put any of those maps on.
They better put a few.
They high rise for sure.
Nice. Okay.
Terminal.
Okay, valid. Good pick. Terminal's been in like 4 games by now.
Yeah.
But
which one would you add?
Wasteland.
Wasteland.
Wasteland's fucking lit. Dude.
Why? Because you could get nukes.
Nah, bro. It's because, dude, spawn tubing kids. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Hop out of spawn, just get like 3 kills immediately.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fun. I like sniping on that map.
Yeah.
And it's a fun, like, I used to 1v1 my friends on that map. You know, with snipers. Be like, Wasteland snipers. We'd be like hiding in the bushes and shit.
Yeah.
It's a fun map.
Ever heard of Rust?
Oh, dude, Rust is great.
That's
like,
where you settled your differences in Modern Warfare.
Yeah, Rust too, but like Wasteland's that wacky map.
You know? I think my hate towards Wasteland, and we're getting into the nerdy shit right now. Is the fact that Wasteland looked almost like Brecourt, which was the worst Call of Duty map in Call of Duty history, specifically in Call of Duty 2. That just like it had bunkers and all that shit. It's just like maybe not like it. Favela, I would add that.
Favela, Quarry.
Quarry. I like Quarry. I like Quarry. Yeah, I'm with
Quarry
it.
SND.
I was gonna say something, but I'm like, no, this is really not a valid. Like, I'm being picky at that point.
Yeah. I mean, MW2, honestly, in my opinion, had probably the best maps in the series, like ever. I think so.
You and 99% of the population, but the real ones.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. What's your take on this?
Modern Warfare. The first you have Strike. Did you ever play Call of Duty 4?
Yeah.
Strike is like one of the best.
COD 4 maps were fire. Yeah.
Dude.
And Shipment's the OG Rust.
Yeah, that's true. Rules of the Cross, right? Optic. I was born. Yeah. Well, truly. Well, that's where we became a toddler, but really like a rebirth or whatever. All right. So anyway, you're living down in where'd you say, Peoria?
Springfield. Yeah.
Right.
Real far down.
Okay.
But yeah,
you had to figure out your YouTube situation, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of like my only option at that point. So I started uploading way more and like taking it more seriously. And that's when things kind of started to work out, you know, because for a while when I was living down there, I didn't have a plug for anything. You know, I had moved so far away because it was the only way I could afford to move out. So I didn't have a plug for all the drugs I was normally doing, and my other guy had just gone to jail. So it was, you know, kind of a blessing in disguise, I guess. You know, I was fiending for a little bit because I'd brought this, I brought like a nice little stash down. You know, I'd brought like all I could afford at that point. I brought like 2 ounces, you know, maybe 1.5 ounces of weed. I brought, you know, probably a little over a 1/4 ounce of Coke. I brought, you know, some lean. I brought a little bit of Xanax. I brought like just a cocktail down there.
Rations.
Yeah.
I was going camping.
I was on survival mode. I was sitting there and like, dude, when I was living in the house, I was sleeping on the floor for the first like 2 weeks. I didn't have a bed yet or anything.
Toilet paper?
No, I had a pillow, luckily.
Okay.
But I had
Wait, so you used your pillow to?
No. I thought you asked me I was sleeping with toilet paper.
No.
Like, no, we had toilet paper. Luckily, I had the very basics, like, you know, no stove but a microwave, so I could.
There's always McDonald's napkins.
Yeah, but I didn't have a car.
Oh.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
How far was McDonald's?
Probably like. So
how did you? What'd you eat?
Well, I would go on Tinder and match with chicks and get them to like take me to the grocery store.
Bro, when you said that, I wasn't putting.
I did that for
Tinder.
I had a roommate that had a car.
How recent was this? Because
this was like a couple years ago now.
Okay.
But I did this.
I'm so high that as you're telling me this story, because it's from the same area, I'm picturing that back when I was like your age.
No.
And I'm like, back when I was your age, so there's like no fucking Twitter or anything. So pardon my stoneness there. But because you said Tinder, I'm like, wow.
So I had a roommate that had a car, so I was able to get around. But he left after like 2 weeks of being there. So I was on my own in that house with no car and no way to like get around. I didn't have the money for like Instacart. That shit's expensive, the fees and everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would go on Tinder and just swipe right on everyone. And there was like this one girl that I matched with, and this is the only time I ever met her in my life. I brought up the grocery store to her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I love going to the grocery store." And I was like, "Oh, I just moved here. I don't know any good ones, you know." Like, she's like, "Oh, like here's some good ones." I was like, "Oh, we should go," you know. And she's like, "Yeah, sure." So that was like a little first and last date. But I got my groceries, so
hell yeah, dude. What I used to do at Kmart. Remember Kmart's back in the day?
Yeah, of course.
Was I would find like receipts on on the floor of the parking lot, grab those receipts, go get those items from that list or a couple of them, and return them for cash. So you walk in with the
hustle.
Yeah.
That's the hustle.
Yeah, so you've added, I'm saying that it like the development and the ability for you to imagine and create opportunities for yourself. Like Tinder, like what the fuck? Like that is like genius.
I mean, you got to get around somehow.
Yeah. So how long did you swipe right for?
Days. I mean, I was in there just swiping right on everybody. Like and after a while, you know, I figured the app probably thought I was like a bot or some shit, you know? Because I mean, I was not discriminating in any way. Everyone got a swipe, you know, absolutely everybody. So
the game of numbers.
Yeah, I found my ride and deleted the app. I was like, all right, dude, I got groceries. I can delete this for 2 weeks, you know?
Yeah. Did you use your real name?
Yeah. I mean, I used my real info. I mean, I didn't. Yeah. Well, what's she gonna do? Come like kick my door in because I made her take me to the grocery store? I mean, like whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't like hide who I was, you know. I was
shout out that girl.
It was kind of funny. I was trying any method possible to get someone to take me to the grocery store. I was like, I put my YouTube in my bio. I was like, I got a little clout. Come on, let's let's get to the grocery store. I've been ordering McDonald's on Uber Eats for 3 days. Man. Like, come on. It worked out, and I didn't have to do that again. So, thank God. And then I got into a better situation fairly quickly after that. Yeah. Now I don't live around there anymore. Yeah. I live back up in Aurora now. So
cool. So all right. So how did you like? At what point were you like, boom, YouTube it's actually working?
I think once I had kind of gotten a car after getting, you know, booted out of my mom's house and kind of gotten to the habit of paying all my bills on time and not picking and choosing, you know. Probably my first check where I paid everything and bought all my weed and had money left over. Where I was like, this might for real work. Like I got a little cash here to play with, you know.
Yeah.
And after that, it just kind of motivated me more. I was like, all right, you know, I mean, I gotta do this because, you know, for a while it was like my job history. I mean, I worked at a car dealership, but I wasn't in sales. You know, I could go back to a car dealership, but they paid me shit. You know, they paid me like $10 an hour back then, and they'd pay me probably like $14 now. You know, so that's underpay. That sucks.
It's not your passion?
No. I don't really care about cars, man. I drive a Kia. You know, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I'm into weed. You know, I like gaming and weed. I don't. You know, those are my passions. So it's nice that I can kind of have those intersect a little bit.
Yeah.
But
that's good.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun ride for sure. It's kind of changed lately, you know.
I was just going to ask about the evolution of
of
your content.
You know, for a while it's just been, or it was, you know, just me kind of chilling at the crib making, you know, gameplay videos. And as time went on, I started doing face cam stuff and smoking on camera and, you know, doing streams. And then it kind of evolved into me actually like coming out here and collaborating with other people. Because for a long time, you know, I didn't want to just like collab with random people all the time because I didn't know them. You know, I like to go and meet people, but also like I didn't have the money for that kind of stuff. And I also didn't really have, you know, many people who knew even who I was back then. So as time went on, I had a couple videos that did really well that kind of blew up. I did a Zoom class crashing video that got like 4.5 million views. That one did really, really good. Then I did a drug tier list that somehow YouTube has allowed to be monetized.
The tier list is one of the bangers. We do them constantly.
Dude, the tier lists do so well. I don't know why.
I mean, anything.
They're fun to watch. To be fair, I watch tier lists. So like I say that as if I don't know why. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, I watch that shit. And surprisingly, that is monetized. I don't know how YouTube allowed ads on that. I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, cocaine's A tier. And they're like, advertisers would love that. But
some would. They just haven't given themselves a chance. They want to do it. They just don't know how to do it.
A lot?
Yeah.
I get rehab ads on my videos. So
that's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, surprisingly, there is a niche.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for a while, my ad revenue, like that Zoom video, for example, 4.5 million views. I think I made $200.
That's an easy 8 minimum.
Yeah. Easy. 8,000 on a bad day. Like, it probably with like today's CPMs and stuff, probably over 10.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, it depends on the length of the video, obviously.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
Yeah,
either way, $200 is all I made off that one, which was crazy. But YouTube, they've always been kind of crazy with that. I'd imagine you guys probably get demonetized on here a lot.
Oh yeah,
probably.
yeah. In gaming, no, obviously.
Yeah. In gaming,
it's encouraged.
There was a period back in like 2016, 17 where even like anyone could get demonetized just from the flags. You remember that whole era where like
people
were
flagging,
mass flagging, and like people would just get deleted and demonetized and shit. Yeah. That era sucked.
Before the bots got smart.
Yeah. Their AI has gotten better, I will say. I appreciate the algorithm right now. I think YouTube's got a nice algorithm.
Do you watch TikTok?
Yeah.
Do you get fed the AI, like what when you asked it, like what does the end of the world look like, and then it generates an image as to what it thinks
like the ads?
No. Just like it's an AI, right? Just a artificial intelligence artist.
So this is like a TikTok account?
No, yeah, well, yeah, it's a TikTok account that shows like what if you asked an AI what does the last human on Earth look like, and then it'll generate these things. Yeah, so I've been watching them and I'm like, man, that's genius. Like, what does the Bermuda Triangle look like? And the AI generates it, and it's just like, I don't know, it's one of my favorite ones. I am going to get home and I am going to go through them.
It's quite crazy to think that like in our lifetimes, potentially, we could have an AI that could actually like do everything like that, like 100% accuracy. Like it's kind of nuts. Like we're at the point where like stuff that was seen in movies can be real now.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be difficult though, like to ask it what tomorrow looks like.
Of course.
But imagine if it could. I mean, if it is a glitch and if this is the Matrix, like why wouldn't it know?
Would that prove that we're in a simulation though? Because a robot can predict it?
100%. That's what I mean.
Wow.
Think about that, because it's predetermined. It knows what's going to happen.
I wonder what my next spawn is going to be.
Yeah.
After this. I wonder where I'm going to spawn at. That shit's going to be crazy, bro.
Yeah.
What if I spawn as like royalty?
What if I spawn as like a fucking dog at a rich house and they love me?
Oh, that would be so chill.
And they don't give a fuck about my health either. They just want to feed me like good shit.
That might not be that great.
Why?
You're going to die young. But then you spawn again.
But you lived.
Okay.
But you lived though.
You're right, yeah. I would be
I'd rather live 50 years fucking eating and doing the best thing in the world than 60 years of fucking misery.
What if it's 80 years of misery?
Fuck that. I'd fight my ass off to make it not be that.
Okay. That's what. No, I agree with that take. Actually, that's valid.
Yeah. So, anyway, so the AI stuff, it's getting way better. All right. So lately, right? Obviously, like now that you're in the groove and now that you've been able to make a living off of what you love to do, are there any like side expansions that you're already thinking about? We talked about cooking a little bit.
I've been working on the podcast. I'm setting up a podcast of my own. I'm calling it the Gobcast.
Love it.
I've kind of been working on setting it up in my apartment. I'm gonna have a little. I already got a desk for it. I've been buying like some background stuff, a little neon sign, all that cool stuff. Getting the camera equipment, microphones, all that. But I plan on having a pretty fun podcast, and besides that, I'm working on glass. But that's always a pain in the ass to do. So that's a far ways away. The podcast is much sooner. I plan on launching that at the end of this month. Okay. Actually.
Who's your first guest?
Probably Yola. I talked to him about it. He had me on.
Thomas, fucking man.
Yeah, he is the man. He's a great guy. His podcast was the first one I ever went on, so I figured it was kind of fitting if I have him on mine as the first guest.
Full circle.
Yeah, I don't think I've announced that before, so there you go, everybody. But yeah.
Anything else aside from that? Like any side hustles that you got going on?
Beyond that, I mean, I mainly just do the YouTube and the streaming. I mean, I've been grinding Twitch really hard. I really want to get bigger on Twitch.
What's the game that you were playing, you said? Lately? Because
I've been playing a mix of games lately. RuneScape.
Yeah.
In terms of what I've been streaming though,
yeah,
I've been streaming some weird shit. GTA RP.
What do you play as in there?
I'm like a country dude. My name's Bubba Biggs. I cook meth.
Oh, nice.
I play on NoPixel.
Okay.
So it's pretty chill. I go on there. It's a grind though. Like you have to play that shit every day because like, so let's say for example I'm on GTA, right, and I cook meth today when I log on. If I don't play for 2 days and I get back on, that meth is expired. It's gone bad.
Yeah.
And I have to cook another batch. but there's a 8-hour cooldown. No, it's like 6 hours between batches. So you have to wait and do other shit in between cooking meth batches, and that cooldown is like active playtime. So you have to fucking grind. You have to like, when I stream GTA, I'm live for at least 6 hours. You know, like not maybe not 6 all the time, but 4 hours like always usually. I mean, very rarely less than that. But I mean, I did a 13-hour GTA stream one time. I don't know why I did that. I didn't plan it. I was just really fucking high. And I was like, yo, let's just keep getting faded.
Got the fuel you needed.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of GTA. I want to get back into COD, but Vanguard's not it right now.
Dude, play Fortune's Keep. It's like a lot of people talk shit about Rebirth because it's like TDM but you get to respawn. It's like team deathmatch versus. It's just a weird thing. I don't mind it because it's like it's always like high action and you're getting into fights.
Yeah, you're having fun.
And there's a bit of strategy as to when you know, if you die, whether or not you pull the trigger right away, you wait to be brought back, or the timer's still going on and you can be reborn. Being the last guy alive and you see the timer of all your teammates, is like, this guy's coming back in 30 seconds. This guy's coming back in...
You got to clutch it.
Yeah, and then, there's like mega intense moments. More than fucking regular RPG shit.
Yeah, I mean, OG Warzone, it was super slow. You just drive around half the time. Yeah. You know?
And I say RPG because you literally walk and run and collect more than you fight.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not. I didn't
You're not
miscall
wrong.
that.
It's an FPS RPG.
Yeah, it's like a running simulator. I don't want to fucking do it. I don't want to go hiking through the fucking mountains.
Yeah.
I want to fight. I want to shoot.
Yeah. I just, if MW2 is good, it's over with.
Yeah,
I'm going crazy.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I played a little Cold War, but I wasn't that into
Did you ever play
S&D,
like game battles and stuff?
Yeah.
You want to play some?
Oh God, dude, I'm gonna get shit.
Oh no! I mean, in Modern Warfare 2, if you play it a lot, cool.
Yeah, I'm down.
Because we have a team of 3 right now, but we like have rotating guests. I think you fucking jump.
I thought you meant on Vanguard. I was like, bro, I'm ranked.
No, I don't even want them ranked.
I hate Vanguard.
Yeah.
But no, I used to play a lot back in my day. I was a nerd on that shit. I got my start doing like commentary content. Doing commentaries for like pub stomping clans and shit.
Like which ones?
Doom.
Okay.
I was in Doom for a little while. Amp.
Yeah.
Those guys. And that's kind of how I got like my first like little bit of subs, because I had like no views, and all of a sudden I got like my first like 5K.
Being part of that team and the network,
and getting put on their channel and stuff. I
know the strategy,
like,
man.
Yeah. I mean, eventually I was like, shit, man, I finally got a few subs, you know. But that's when I was probably best at COD. That's when I, playing with those kids, I was like, damn, these guys are fucking gamers.
Yeah. And you're also playing a lot too, so like,
God, man.
your hand-eye coordination.
I was playing all day.
Yeah,
it was so bad.
You get to know the game at a different level, because pointing and shooting is like one thing, but
that's the foundation of it. That's the start.
As you develop and play more, like there's the actual strategy.
There's so much more to it.
The actual game.
You got to know the guns, the attachments. You got to know the equipment. You got to know the map. You got to know your movement. Where you're gonna land when you jump and when you dive.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much to it.
What's the last Call of Duty you played? 19.
I played a good bit of 19. I didn't play that much to get a super high rank. I think the last COD that I really played like that was Ghost.
Okay.
After Ghost, a long time ago.
The reason I asked is because I was going to ask you, it's like, what's your favorite COD of all time?
Oh, fuck. Honestly, it might be BO1.
Really?
I'm a big Black Ops 1 guy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like BO1?
Nah, it's the first fucking Black Ops that they fucked up the sniping. It was the first Call of Duty where they fucked up sniping.
BO1 sniping is lit. What?
Bro, no, like, bro, when you quick scope, there's like a randomizer.
Sure, yeah, the quick scoping isn't that great. But I was never a quick scoper, to be fair. I mean, I was always like an SMG guy.
Yeah.
So,
I'm both. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that. Run that overkill. You can equip both.
Well, exactly. Nowadays,
but I like BO1 a lot. MW2 has a special place in my heart. But I feel like everyone kind of says that. And looking back at it, that was the most unbalanced COD ever. That shit was crazy. I mean, it was like nothing was balanced whatsoever in that game. There was just guns that were like better in every scenario than other ones, But that's what made it fun. The kill streaks were ridiculous. The guns were sick. I'd say it's one of those two for sure. BO2 is like an honorable mention, though.
If I get to pick between those two, I'm picking Modern Warfare or Black Ops. Anything.
Yeah.
Black Ops 2 was way better than
it was
1.
I mean, in multiplayer, but
Black Ops 3 was a little bit better. I mean,
you like BO3?
Black Ops 3 was my favorite out of all of them.
Oh.
Yeah. Out of the Black Ops, yeah, 100%.
Okay, that's
because it's like we had just come back in Black Ops 3. We had just come back from the advanced movement in Advanced Warfare, right? So once they dialed that a little bit down and you were able to wall run, like then you're like
the AW movement was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could fly, damn.
Yeah.
Like you went way too high with that shit. I didn't play a ton of AW. The loot boxes ruined it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of glad that they're finally stepping away from that a little bit. You know, you just get your guns now.
Yeah, I mean, it's worse now, I think, because they... Anyway, I can fucking go into and complain
with the variants and shit?
Yeah, but the variants don't necessarily... aren't overpowered. Like, everybody has a fair shot. It's not... Advanced Warfare was very much that, right? Like, it's somewhat overpowered.
Yeah, you had to have the, like the Basilisk
and
like the other variants to win, or else you would just get shit on.
Yeah. Anyway... Gaming in Call of Duty specifically, like it's tough, just because the game is still feels like it's trying to find itself in the world of esports as a sport, and is still looking at itself as a work of art, which it is.
Yes.
And it is obviously like
I mean, COD's a great like competitive game.
Yeah, yeah,
but
the amount of effort that gets put in there is more than it was before, but it's still not as important as anything else, right? Like they're gonna make more money off of skin sales one season than they are out of that competitive side. So
you're right.
Yeah, I don't know, but overall, I think gaming and esports is like in the best place it's ever been. The amount of cool shit that's coming out, where it's going, with the Tarkovs.
Well, of course. I mean, I think like esports teams are going nowhere but up, and like the gaming scene is like. It's mainstream now.
Yeah.
It's something where like your average person will know, some gaming teams, or they will know a lot more about video games. I mean, I remember back when, I was a kid and stuff, it wasn't like that at all. I mean, I remember when like most of these like esports teams now, not most of them, but a good amount of them were just like YouTube clans and shit. Think
about that.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up watching those and shit.
Think about Optic, right?
Yeah.
Think about FaZe Clan just got valued at 1.3
they're
bill,
a publicly
right?
traded company right
congrats
now.
to my brothers, right?
Yeah.
Like 100 Thieves, $400 million. You know what I'm saying? So it from literally playing video games for free. For 2 years. We uploaded videos before we were even able to do that.
Yep.
And it wasn't until Machinima came along that. It wasn't until GameStation came around that we told Machinima that unless we got partnered, like I had a hand in channels being partnered individually.
Yeah.
Like this hand. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Aside from that, you would still have to go to a MCN for that.
Yeah.
And we fought and we negotiated as Optic to make sure that happened. And they're like, well, if we're gonna do it with them, then they started to think about it. Holy fuck! Like that's just going somewhere.
Yeah.
So we fought for that.
Those days were crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane to see where it's all gone.
Everyone benefits from that now because think about it. Like you said, MCNs are gone.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. I mean, I remember like I was with Full Screen too. They took 30%.
Mm-hmm.
They were awful. All those MCNs.
They're still around.
They are, unfortunately.
Full Screen is still around. There's I think that's like the one major one that's
are they still in MCN though?
Yeah.
Who is like working with them?
We have an MCN like still.
Yeah, I know, but like there are MCNs, but they've kind of changed now. Where now they almost act as your agents.
Yeah,
like they actually communicate with you. Back in the day, MCNs didn't give a shit. They just take your ad money. They wouldn't actually like work to promote you. They wouldn't bring you business. They wouldn't do any of that.
Yeah, well, in like the early fucking day one days, what would happen is Machinima would give. So I had a series called Top 5 Kill Cams of the Week. I'm sure you remember.
Yep.
That was recorded with a $3 GarageBand microphone.
Hell yeah.
That series, by the end of all the seasons, made me like $350,000, $400,000 around there. Just with the amount of because Machinima in those days used to be like every 1,000 is $250, period. Just that's what it is, $250. And they would
they took the other $750?
Yeah. I mean, no, if it was a $10 CPM back then we didn't fucking know. Like no one knew what you know now like doesn't even apply because it was being conceptualized then.
Yeah.
Right. So you would see L'Oreal and Avon makeup things on fucking 13-year-old ex-Joss's fucking videos, and that would never. That's not their demographic, obviously. So a lot of development had to happen in order that.
Yeah.
But in the early days, so they gave me $5 for every 1,000 guaranteed. And back then, the ad money wasn't what it was then. So what happened is that they would get in the, towards the end of the season where the ads are highest, right, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So they would make up all of the money that they had spent guaranteeing, $2.50, because sometimes the videos wouldn't really make more than $1, right? Because it was early on. And it was early days. It was still being experimented on. The network hadn't been developed to the level that it is today. So that's where like a little bit of the gambling and issues ended up happening over there.
Gonna rub this one too.
Yeah, rub one out, man.
It's okay, I got it. But no, yeah, those days were so different. I remember. Does Machinima even exist now?
No, and they sold to Full Screen, or who do they sell to? Full Screen. I think they sold to Full Screen. The something like that. Something happened. Anyway, long story short, they erased all of my videos.
Really?
Yeah, that I uploaded to their channel.
Oh, that
like
sucks.
They should have made an announcement, right? Full Screen or whoever the fuck.
Yes, you could have saved them.
Hold on, let's figure out who it was. It was Full Screen. So Full Screen bought out the entire Machinima network, and to like respect. So like they halfway tried to be whatever. But they deleted all of the videos that were ever uploaded to all of Machinima. That like the amount of gaming history that got lost is ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it is
so much, thousands of videos.
Dude, not just thousands of videos, but the first video.
Yeah.
The first video
the OG
that set this fucking thing on a
because back then Machinima was the channel for that shit. Like people would like really like that was one of the biggest gaming channels like on YouTube. Like,
it would have been a fucking multi-billion-dollar property by now. It was the net. It was Comcast. It was HBO. It was Showtime all together, all in one.
If they did it right, it would have been. It
would have been 100%. They had their own show called the IGN, the industry gaming, whatever the fuck it was.
They had every big influencer back then, like on their channel.
We were one of the first 5 premiere directors. But they had Hutch and fucking C-Nanners, and they had my man Mr. Sark. They had the funniest fucking ensemble on YouTube in gaming at that time. Do you know how fucking incredible that show would still be today?
That would be crazy.
Yeah, but they didn't treat them fucking right.
That's how all those big gaming channels back then went. I mean, Machinima was the biggest one, but there was others that were kind of trying to follow a similar concept. And they all die out,
Well, Maker Studios sold to I think AT&T or Disney, one of them.
Really?
Disney for like $500 million, not 400 or something like that.
That guy's chilling right now. Whoever.
You know who it was?
Who?
Fucking it was multiple people, but one of them was that super famous like heavyset dude with a beard that put his family on thing. He came out with a book after he lost a bunch of weight. It's like Fit Dad, Fat Dad? No, not Roman. Fit Dad. Fit is like he went from Fat Dad to Fit Dad. I don't know. Anyway, he was one of them. Yeah, a lot of influencers or early YouTubers like benefited in that. So that was dope.
Damn.
Yeah, congrats to them. Still to this day. I mean, anyway, I don't even know where we started with that. But I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you so much. It's been a long time coming,
dude. Of course.
I apologize for pushing. I'll blame COVID for that, obviously.
Oh, it's all good.
Today we had you guys are shooting one of the fucking funnest things I think we're ever gonna film here.
Yeah. How many people are on this again? 7?
Anyway, so again, brother, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
I'd love to come on your podcast if you ever feel.
I would love to have you.
Please,
I'd love to have you.
Let me know where. I'll fly to Chicago if you need me to.
Yeah. That would be dope.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
Of course.
I'd love to have you on.
I'd love to return the favor. Anyway, all of his information is going to be in the description down below. Please be sure to check it out. Follow him. Do all the subs, all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, if I look at what's happening now, I see you as like one of the early people that mattered in the grand scheme of entertainment and media for cannabis, because it is already that. Like if you think about it, right? So it's gonna be just as powerful as it was. Anyway, are we gonna see a Pine Park X Goblin, whatever you want to do?
Oh, I would love to.
You wanna?
I would love to.
I think it'd be fun.
Something.
I only do fun shit.
Let's do some fun shit.
I already busted my ass doing something else.
I'm always down for fun shit.
Hell yeah.
I'm always down to have a good time.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
All right. Again, all the information down below. Thanks so much for tuning in. Like it, share it, right? Help us fight the algorithms in the YouTube
Beat the algorithm's ass.
Yeah. So share it with somebody if you enjoyed it. Only if you enjoyed it. So we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Thanks, partner.